Hello and welcome to the Big Bang. I'm Nishtita, and first up, first they arrested him, then they made 2 more arrests. Now they say the first person who was arrested is not directly involved in the case. In what can be termed as a major botch-up, the Bengaluru police have messed it up completely. Here's a report.
Yes, it's the Vibgyor rape incident. After massive outrage and public anger, the Bengaluru police were under tremendous pressure to make arrests. In fact, the police arrested a 30-year-old skating instructor. He was Mustafa. But now, seems like the Bengaluru police have made a mess out of the case. Was Mustafa scapegoated? Let's listen in to the police commissioner first.
The case involving a sexual offence on a minor girl, school-going girl in Vibgyor High School has been solved in terms of identifying the culprits who have actually committed the offence. On the basis of the circumstantial evidence, on the basis of the confessional statements and other supporting evidence, our team led by our Joint Commissioner Mr. Sharat Chandra and particularly led by our DCP Crime Mr. Abhishek Goel and the entire team have detected this particular case and have gathered evidence and have confirmed to ourselves that in this particular incident, these 2 persons, one by name Lal Giri, his age is 21 years and he is a gymnastics teacher in Vibgyor High School, and also Wasim Pasha, who is also a gymnastics teacher. Both have been found to be involved in this particular offence and they have been arrested, interrogated, and now we'll continue to interrogate them based on police custody which we'll seek before a magistrate.
Yes, the case has been solved as per what the commissioner himself says. Lalgiri and Wasim Pasha were gym instructors in the school and some parents knew them well. But never in the wildest dream would they have thought that these men were pedophiles in the garb of instructors.
My son definitely was having this gym activity under his sports and performance activities thing, and definitely I met them a couple of times during parent-teacher meet. I met them, I could not point a finger towards any of their particular behavior. They look like normal teachers. Kids obviously love all of the teachers, so I cannot say anything about that.
A pertinent question arises. Why was Mustafa arrested first?
Mustafa was arrested as a suspect accused in this case based on circumstantial evidence available at that point in time. When the incident happened, this gentleman Mustafa was not present. However, our investigation continues to see if there are any links. If so, we will book them, is what it is.
Well, though Mustafa is not directly involved in this case, another case against him has been filed in relation to a different case. He will be tried under it. The investigation is still on, but at least there is a definitive picture.
There is a possibility that there could be slight variations in the time and the place of the incident which has mentioned. So that has already been taken into account. We have gone systematically on the basis of the scientific evidence which is there. Also the child, since it is not possible to directly question the child on a day-to-day basis, so we have taken the help of the experts in trying to cull out information from the child so that she is also not traumatized, and at the same time we are also able to get information from the child. So all that has been kept in mind, and we can very well say that we have got the picture regarding what exactly happened on that regarding the incident. As far as the incident regarding whether the child was locked up inside and the teachers were aware regarding the incident or not, investigation is still going on. It is still work in progress. So as and when we find any evidence regarding that, suitable action will be taken regarding that also.
But the parents of the children studying in the school have mixed reactions about how the police have bungled in the case.
So I think it's an entire drama. It's everybody's been actually talking about Mustafa in the first place. The rest was done. So what is this? Is this an eyewash? I understand Mustafa was booked for being a pedophile under the POCSO Act. Now all of a sudden you come up with these two names, which is good. I am glad that at least now finally we are heading towards someone. It's been like 14 days and the investigations are still lingering on. I think just do a complete washout of the entire management, starting from the top. Don't even spare the principal.
There are more people in it which are coming out, which are being brought out into the picture. But then there could be many, many more sitting inside. So by saying that Mustafa was not the person who did the rape, it makes it even more difficult for me to believe to the school that why was this all cover up and all those things that happened up.
Cannot say totally satisfied. Yes, something has happened, but there is, as a parent, there is a lot of confusion. Somebody is arrested and he's almost proven guilty, and then you arrest too and they have confessed. So we really don't know what is happening. It's playing out like a Bollywood movie. Today something is happening, tomorrow something is happening. So technically, as a parent, I have a lot of confusion in my mind as to what had happened before, what is happening now. Was there a cover up or nobody, or the police didn't do its job? I'm really confused as a parent, frankly.
What came to the aid of the police in nabbing Wasim and Lalgiri were the CCTV visuals. They were seen present at the location where the incident took place. Based on these visuals, the police summoned them and interrogated, in which they confessed to the crime. At least, as per the commissioner says, the case has been solved. But their botching up doesn't seem to go unnoticed. Will there be any more twists and turns in this case? Well, only time can tell. Deepak Bopanna, News9, Bengaluru.
And well, Bengaluru was once known as the pensioners' paradise, but has lately become very unsafe for senior citizens. Now, in such a situation, a family in Bengaluru is living its worst nightmare as their 68-year-old dad has gone missing. Here's a report. This is 68-year-old Ponnayan. A former naval officer, Ponnayan has been living his retired life surrounded by his loving family. But since Sunday, this senior citizen's family has been desperately looking for him. Adding to the woes is the fact that Ponnayan suffers from memory problems and hence is almost incapable of finding his way back home or even asking for help.
So what happened was on Sunday, in the afternoon, he had gone out with his caretaker and he was taken to a physiotherapist's place and he was asked to wait outside. So while he was waiting outside, he kind of took a walk and he kind of crossed over the airport road and he came, to the Barbecue Nation side. And then from there he was reported next seen at Subway. And then from there we don't know where he went. But then there are certain instances of him having been seen in 18th Main in Indiranagar.
Ponnayan's two children, Param and Vivek, have mobilized well-wishers who have fanned out across the area of Indiranagar in a desperate attempt to find him. The aged man who was with his caretaker got away when the caretaker got busy with another patient in Indiranagar. But by the time the caretaker realized his folly, Ponnayan was nowhere in sight. But what has come as a sigh of relief is the fact that the senior citizen has been spotted by many passers-by in the area.
He was last spotted on the Kodehalli main road and he was positively identified. He's wearing a white waistie and a white shirt, a half-sleeve shirt. He's 5'5", he's pretty dark, and he's about 60 kilos. And he's about 68 years old. And that's basically the visual. And he'll be very, very thin because he hasn't eaten in like maybe 2 days. And he doesn't have any money on him. So he should be very easily, if you see somebody who's destitute and who fits this description, it's very probably him.
Ponnayan's worried family is now requesting everyone in the city to keep an eye out for the aged man, as he might not have eaten food or drank water for over 2 days. Since Ponnayan has memory problems and struggles to speak, he is incapable of conversing with people to seek help. Though there have been a few sightings of the old man, it has been over 48 hours since he received help.
What we're doing right now is there are a lot of people who've come to our support. They're retired Army, Navy officers. There are some people who've come whom we don't know, but they've seen the Facebook updates and the media updates and they have come for our help. So my request is to the citizens that if you see anybody who's unattended, old and frail, request them to take to the nearest police person such that they can be attended to. I think that's the most difficult part for us, but we need to hold our ground. So we need to look for him. I think that's the most important thing.
Ponnayan was a commodore in the Indian Navy and had even fought the 1972 war. He was also honoured by the President with the Vishishta Seva Medal for his services. Someone who has fought for the nation in the past now desperately needs the help of Bengalurians. Nishchita, News9, Bengaluru. We have previously reported on how BMTC has been facing financial issues and chose to increase bus fare to make good their losses. Here is one such plan of theirs which has earned the disapproval of the State Transport Department.
BMTC is responsible for local commute in Bengaluru and runs over 6,700 buses registered under stage carriage permit. Stage carriage is a form of government transport meant for transit within the city. But now the BMTC is planning to rent out about 500 of these in a mutual agreement with private companies. According to rules though, no vehicles under stage carriage permits can be given for service on contract for private transport. But with BMTC renting out their buses, they will require new permits other than those for stage carriage. BMTC has defended their move, stating that the demand in certain areas of the city is high and this system makes it easier for the people who travel by bus.
ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ವಿಪ್ರೋ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಲವು ಬೇರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳು ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂಥ ಕಡೆ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವರದೇನೆ ಸುಮಾರು 200 ಜನ 300 ಜನ ಅಥವಾ ವಿಪ್ರೋ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸುಮಾರು 10 ಇಂದ 15 ಸಾವಿರ ಜನ ಅವರು ಬಸ್ಗಳು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಥ ಕೇಸಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳುವಾಗ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಬೇಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಅದು ಒಂದು ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಇಡೀ ದಿವಸ ಅದು ಬಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರೂಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರ ಪ್ಯಾಸೆಂಜರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
Currently, there are over 500 BMTC buses which have been rented out and are currently plying on city roads for private parties. The Transport Department will seize the buses and levy fines if they come across any such irregularities.
BMTC ಅವರು ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಕೆಲವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 500-600 ಬಸ್ಗಳ ಸಂಚಾರ ಇರೋದರಿಂದ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ನಂತರ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಅವರು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ರಹದಾರಿಯ ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಂತಹ ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಪತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಸಾರಿಗೆ ಇಲಾಖೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತದೆ.
RTO has informed the BMTC that they will have to seek special permits if they wish to rent out buses to private companies on a contract basis. When asked about it, the BMTC authorities have stated that they will get in touch with the RTO and procure the necessary permits. While the cash-strapped BMTC might just be looking for extra revenue, the RTO officials have stated that it is a clear violation of guidelines. But the fact still remains that thousands benefit from the contract services offered by BMTC. What remains to be seen is if they will be able to apply for new permits on time before the state transport authorities decide to put an end to it altogether. Pavitra for News9, Bengaluru.
Well, former Chief Minister and leader of opposition Jagadish Shettar created quite a stir recently in the Assembly when he accused the Siddaramaiah government's involvement in land denotification. Now he is being accused of having illegally granted land to a person. Listen to the expose.
This expose came out courtesy of Vakkaligara Sangha. Its secretary, Professor M. Nagaraja, made the disclosure. The year was 1967 when the then government gave a grant of 10 acres to the Vakkaligara Sangha. It also leased out 10 acres to the Sangha. The land was covered under survey number 129. In the same year, the government also granted 10 acres of land to the Golden Valley Education Trust, besides leasing out 15 acres to it. The lands granted and leased out are located in Srigandakaval, which is barely 15 kilometers from Vidhanasauda. In the interim period, the district commissioner took back the land leased to Golden Valley on the grounds that the land was not being put to the intended use. Golden Valley then approached the court of law and filed a case.